What's going on, brother? How you been? I got something I want to talk to you about. What I want to talk to you about is, again, the Galactic Starcruiser. Now, obviously, I've covered this a number of times, and it is a topic that people are interested in, that I am personally interested in. As somebody who does not understand the path and direction that Disney is taking the Star Wars brand, who personally thinks this hotel is a mistake for a number of reasons, chief among them being pricing out the core fan base. This is a premium experience for rich kids, which I never understand that. Star Wars, it should be for everybody. You shouldn't be coming up with these premium experiences that make people feel bad that they can't sign up for them. Not to mention, though, that the experience itself, even if you have the $6,000 for a family of four, I can't get there with the math. I don't think they're giving you enough. However, some people disagree, and most importantly, the people who disagree, they've been there. The first reviews are here, people. We have learned about the Starcruiser, what's going on, because they are doing their first test flights. Cast members are still setting up. Not everything's in place, but they're trying it out, ironing out the kinks. And some lucky fans, crew members, Disney employees, whatever else, are reporting in. Now, this is a screenshot that was sent to me from a fan, thank you very much, who screenshotted what's going on in this Galactic Starcruiser spoiler Facebook group. This is where people who can afford the experience, they're all very excited for it. I can't afford this thing. But these are guys who are, but they were still on the fence. People in the group admitted, well, the marketing's been very bad, but how's the actual experience? And here's what we've got. We have two different, I think we have one first-hand account and one second-hand account. I believe this is a second-hand account. Let's see. One of my friends is a CM, what is that, community manager, cast member. One of my sons is a cast member at Disney. He's on the opening team of the new Star Wars hotel. He was allowed to bring in guests to be guinea pigs for the staff and continue sharpening their skills. It's a soft opening. Chose to bring his brother, and both of these guys are total Star Wars lovers, very knowledgeable about tech, ages 35 and 28. They reported back without any details, top secret. Oh, no details for me, come on. They say, though, however, this was resounding. This was an amazing experience, incredible fun. The rooms are really cool. That's interesting. Great cast interaction, fantastic food. Honestly, not enough superlatives to go around. He absolutely loved it, and yes, says that if you love Star Wars, it's worth the cost. The exorbitant cost. I really can't comment on any specifics, but my boys tend to be perfectionists and will not be satisfied with anything less than awesome. Okay. Couple things there. Now, I'll get into a couple things. First of all, some of the things I talked about. Rooms are really cool. Well, I find that actually surprising. As we've been told, they don't actually really want you to hang out in your room, or at least that has been the word from Disney. Disney has said, we've made the rooms kind of bare bones because you're supposed to spend as little time in there as possible. I'm looking at this room. I don't know what's awesome about it. It kind of just looks like a hotel room. The only cool thing is that you have this window to fake space. That's kind of cool. And I don't know what goes on this TV. Maybe see some other space type stuff. But ultimately, I don't know. The room, it's interesting. I don't think it's anything to write home about, but I could be wrong. He also says that the food was good. Now, we have taken a look at the food. Let me see if I have it here. I was skeptical. I'm skeptical about the food. I don't know what the food is. Again, I thought this was cake with some sort of sponge. This is like a tiny little, another cake. The only thing I was excited about was this blue shrimp, because at least you're getting shrimp. Again, I still think they should, if I'm paying $6,000, I should be eating like a king. I should have steak stacked up to my head. I should, and the alcohol should be free. You got to pay for your alcoholic drinks. I don't understand that. I should be getting wasted on space juice, and they're not giving that to me. But we're being told cast interaction was great. Rooms are cool. Fantastic food. Now, again, this is a second-hand account. This is a man reporting on what another man reported to him. So take that as you will. And let's be clear. This was a free ride. This was a free ride on the Starcruiser. These guys got in for free. Now, they can say, oh, it's absolutely worth $6,000, 100%. I don't know. I would like to ask these guys, okay, would you rather ride it again? Or let's say you'd never ridden it. Would you have rather spent $6,000 on this experience or have $6,000 in your pocket? I don't know how they would answer, but I think a lot of people, no matter how great the rooms and the food might be, I'd rather have $6,000 than hang out in this kind of cool hotel room. Am I crazy? I don't know. Now, I guess this is another secondhand account, so we don't have any first-hand accounts. This is all people talking to other people. And again, first test cruise is done. It sounds pretty good from talking to someone who was on it. Tell us more. And she goes on. Now, the cast members are not in full costume yet, so they're still figuring it out. But I was told the food was great. The rooms are really cool. We're hearing the same thing. So, I don't want to be, what do you call it, conspiratorial. But, let's be clear, it would not be that hard for Disney to, Disney knows that there is this spoiler group on Facebook. It would not be that hard for them to whip up some fake accounts and kind of spread some similar sentiments. It's interesting that the people, I don't understand this. The rooms are really cool. What do you talk? It's interesting, but it's not. And the food is that good. The blue shrimp is really blowing everybody's mind. Again, it looks cool, but it's a lot of money. Okay. Now for some they also say the show was fun. I assume that's the singing lady. We will not revisit that song. Welcome to the new world. Don't want to hear that song again. Now for some spoilers. The bar is kind of small. And this really stood out to me. There is only one sabacc table that holds 5 people. What? What? You only got one? Now, this is something they have been, and let me see if I can find the picture here. This is something they've been playing up in the advertising. If you remember that terrible advertisement with the purple-haired lady, she said, well, if you're looking for something to do, why don't you go to the Starlight Lounge and play Hollow Sabacc? And I said, well, you know what? I like games. I especially like card games. I've never played Sabacc. But I assume it's a simple game, kind of like a poker or something. I said, yeah, that could be cool. And I assumed, recklessly, that they would have, 3, 4, 5 tables set up. So as many people as, were crammed in there would have their chance of playing on this game. But if there's one table, what happens? Do you sit down, you get to play like 3 hands, and then they go, okay, buddy, get up, you're done. You've played enough Sabacc for today. I mean, because I was thinking of it like a poker table or a blackjack table. I go to Vegas, I sit down at a poker table. I'm there for an hour, They're bringing me drinks, I'm betting money. You probably can't bet on the Disney. So, I don't know, maybe I can win space credits and trade them in for merchandise or something. But if only 5 people get to do it at a time, or I don't know how many can sit at this table. They said 5 people? Yeah, I mean, that's how many are in this picture. You got a couple, one guy, that guy. I don't know. Why don't you build another table? That's honestly concerning to me. Am I crazy? I guess they're not gonna. That's been my concern about a lot of these experiences. It's like you get to pilot the ship. I'm like, yeah, but everybody has to have a turn at piloting the ship. So how long do you get to play on that thing? Like 10 minutes, and then they kick you off? Or we also have talk about lightsaber training. We're gonna get through this. Let's just go from top to bottom. It's mostly clothing in the shops. The final show, now this is a spoiler. Here comes a spoiler. But I don't think you care. Most of us can't afford this, so we're spoiling a thing we can't afford. The final show was the finale with the First Order invading, and Kylo Ren and Rey have a battle. I'm surprised that they're really still pushing the Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren's dead! I mean, it's so weird, this whole timeline. I would have left Kylo Ren alive so you could maybe justify this, but I guess it's set in between movies or something. Should have just made it, Empire, Rebel era. Have Darth Vader show up. That's what people want. People want to see Luke Skywalker. They don't want to see Kylo and Rey have a battle. Although they're saying it's good, so maybe it's good. First night show is the singer. Very exciting. Now here's another concern I have. 20 people at a time in the lightsaber training. 20 people. I looked at this room. I remember we saw the famous lightsaber training video. So what? They're going to cram 20... How big is this room? Because I thought it looked like there's room for like 3 people. There's only 3 of those things on the wall. You got to like stand behind each other and take turns. I don't know what's going on. 20 people crammed in that room. We'll see. Star Wars aficionado said he liked the decor. Was it worth the cost? They said yes. And apparently it's age appropriate for kids, and the kids had a blast. Okay. Well, I'm still not sold. I think there will be people who like this, who have a good time on the Starcruiser. But again, it feels like a very rushed experience. It feels like they're throwing this together just kind of by the seat of their pants. The idea that you're, cramming everybody in the lightsaber room, that you got one sabacc table when you're hyping it up is one of... There's not that many experiences on the ship. You have lightsaber training, you have bridge control, you have sabacc, and there's a lady who sings a song. There's a couple other things going on as well, but all of those experiences, again, you should probably have more than one sabacc table. I would imagine that most people are not going to get to play sabacc. How could they? There's one table, 5 people. They're going to have a couple hundred people on the ship at a time, I imagine. I guess you can watch and listen to a lady sing a song. Now, I dug into the itinerary, and this is really what nails it down for me, and why I just can't imagine this is worth it, is that they don't give you enough time to experience the ship. I don't understand how it's only 2 days. If you're spending all this money and you want to have this full Star Wars experience, at minimum, it should be 3 full days. I think it should be 3, 4, maybe 5 days. I mean, you go on a cruise, it's a week long. Here, they want to cram it into 2 days, and I just don't think you get enough. You don't get a $6,000 vacation across 2 days. You can go anywhere in the world. Day 1, you don't show up until 1 o'clock. So you're already missing out. You're just having a normal breakfast somewhere else. You don't even get to have a fun Star Wars breakfast. You're showing up at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It takes you 30 minutes to get onto the ship, at which point there's another 45 minutes of orientation, or 30 minutes, whatever. So you don't get going until light refreshments at 3 o'clock. So it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon that you're finally on the ship and enjoying something. And what you're enjoying is a drink. And it's not an alcoholic drink unless you pay for it. So your very first activity is paying for alcohol. Very, very exciting. Then sabacc lessons for 30 minutes. I mean, they have to cram everything into these 30-minute chunks. You don't get to enjoy sabacc. I want to play for a couple hours. I want to play cards. 30 minutes. Captain's reception, dinner, a little dinner regalia, unexpected story moment. I think this is when we save Chewbacca from the First Order, as we talked about last time. Bridge training, so for 45 minutes, you get to pretend to pilot the ship. Okay. And whatever special atrium entertainment is, I imagine that's a lady singing, "Welcome to the New World." Next day, you got to wake up at 7 frickin' a.m. to get your breath. I'm not an early riser. 7 a.m. Yikes. And then you immediately eat this breakfast, and then you go to the Star Wars park. Now, you can buy a Disney ticket for what, $200? And you're there from 8 o'clock in the morning all the way till 1 o'clock. So that means 4 of your hours, you could have just bought a Disney ticket. 5 of your hours, basically. They're like, oh, you're going to get to ride. I mean, you get to skip the line, I guess. You get to go on Rise of the Resistance. You get to go on Smuggler's Run. So you're paying to jump the lines. And it's saying there's some sort of story moment. So I guess if you're a part of the Starcruiser group, there's going to be something special going on for you at the park. But it really does feel like, well, why don't you just spend 2 days at Star Wars Land if you like Star Wars so much? You'd save a lot of money. Come back, you get the lightsaber training, is 30 minutes long. That's it. 30 minutes? And again, they said everybody has to do it in 30 minutes, so they're just going to be rushing you in and out of there. How's everybody on the ship going to manage to do lightsaber training in 30 minutes if they only have room for 20 people at a time? Do most people just skip it? I'm confused. The droid racing competition is only 20 minutes long. You build a model ship, sabacc, 1 hour. We get 1 hour for sabacc. You can fit 5 people at the table. I'm so confused. I'm so confused, and then the First Order invades. And then, this is what really drives me nuts. Day 3, okay. I thought, well, maybe they give you some stuff. Maybe they do give you a third day. No, you get breakfast and they kick you off. You get a 1 hour breakfast. They probably give you an English muffin. They color it blue and they tell you it's from space, and they kick you off the spaceship. This should be spread out across an extra day. Again, I have no idea how. 30 minutes, you're gonna have everybody on the ship get to play with the lightsaber. How are you gonna do that? You can only do 20 people at a time. It's very confusing. How are you gonna have anybody play sabacc if you have one table? Okay, in an hour, what? Everybody gets to play one hand of sabacc? I'm confused. I don't get it. Point is, guys, the reviews are in. People are positive. But I would also argue, I don't think they have a full ship right now. I don't think they went out with 200 people went out. It's not a real spaceship. It's a concrete bunker with fake spaceship windows. So, I would say maybe this experience is very fun if you're there with like 10 other, Disney employees getting to experience it yourselves. I think when this thing is full up, all these experiences are going to be crowded. You're not going to be able to enjoy them. And I think people are going to be disappointed. But let me know what you think. Am I just being a naysayer? Should I take these reviews at face value? They say it's worth the money. I don't understand how that's possible, but I guess we'll find out when the real ship launches happen. We'll find out ship launches. Again, it's a concrete bunker with space windows. You don't actually get to go to space. Too bad.